Modern statistics is concerned with the scientific methods for collecting, classifying, summarizing, and analyzing data. Note that in the definition, the word data is used twice to represent factual information used as a basis for reasoning, discussion, or calculations. Statistical methods are used with limited data to arrive at conclusions about a given event. Conclusions are also called statistical inferences. The word data is always plural. The singular form, or an individual piece of information, is called datum. A statistical problem includes not only the collection, description, and analysis of data, but also the thinking about collection, description, and analysis of data. For example, when we discuss the statistical model that will be used in a proposed research, we are already approaching a statistical problem even if we have not yet collected any data. Statistics can be broken down into two main parts: descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Descriptive statistics includes the procedures for collecting, classifying, summarizing, and presenting data. Charts, tables, and summary measures, such as averages, are used to describe the basic structure of the study. Obviously, description is an important part of the study of statistics. Government agency data, for example, may be classified or grouped by volume, size, quantity, geographical location, product, or service. To be of value, an extremely large amount of data is summarized, so that the resulting information is concise and effective. This is an example of descriptive statistics. The chart shows how the USDA reports the beef exports and their correlated values. As evidenced, there are no implications presented here. Statistical inference is the process of arriving at a conclusion about a population parameter on the basis of information obtained from a sample. Inferential statistics allows an analyst to use sample data to estimate an unknown population parameter of interest. The statistical inference process involves the use of a known sample statistic to arrive at a judgment about an unknown population parameter. This figure presents the statistical inference process of using a sample selection from a large population to make a judgment about an unknown population parameter. If the data being summarized is from a sample, then the type of statistics being used is inferential. Remember this as, we are using a sample to make an inference about a population. If the data being summarized is the population data itself, then descriptive statistics is being used. Both descriptive and inferential statistics deal primarily with numerical data. Ultimate interest is in the underlying biological or physiological processes. Think of discrete measurements as a whole number. One would not normally describe the number of live bees in a beehive with a number like 1.5, so the number of live bees must be either 1, 2, 3, or so on. Continuous measurements may be represented with a timeline. Between each second, there are many fractions of a second. For example, the number of seconds between a heartbeat may be 0.5, 0.51, 0.52, etc. Measuring instruments, such as the scales shown here, are continuous measuring devices because they present data to a given decimal point and can be as precise as necessary. Direct measurements are gathered using measuring devices such as scales or thermometers and may be verified by a second party. Subjective measurements are made based on individual knowledge of a subject. An example of subjective measuring is scoring a herd of heifers for body condition score. Errors are an unavoidable aspect of statistics and must be taken into consideration. The precision of continuous variables, which are recorded in discrete form, is limited by the accuracy of the person taking the measurement. Subjective measurements are the same way. They depend on the person taking the measurement. Obviously, the scale's readability will play a role in detecting, or failing to detect, a difference between the treatments. Even experienced judges may disagree about body condition scores from time to time. A plan of action, averaging in this case, must be in place to deal with such a situation.